I found a pregnancy test in the trash, but I'd secretly gotten a vasectomy. My wife Adriana and I decided years ago we were done after our 2 kids, Lila and Josh. I got snipped at 32, told her it was all handled. She smiled with relief and said she'd finally stop taking those pills that made her nauseous. That was 3 years ago. Last Tuesday, I was taking out the bathroom trash when something caught my eye, tucked under some tissue paper, a pregnancy test. 2 bright pink lines staring back at me. My hands started shaking. I stood there frozen for what felt like forever. Adriana was downstairs making breakfast, humming along to some podcast. The kids were fighting over the TV remote. Everything seemed perfectly normal, except nothing was normal anymore. I did the math in my head. If she's pregnant and I'm shooting blanks, there's only one explanation. But I'm not the type to explode without proof. I spent 10 years as an accountant. I deal in facts, not assumptions. I wrapped the test in paper towels, took a photo, and hid it in my car. Then I called my urologist's office. Dr. Maddox, this is important. I need to verify my vasectomy is still working. The nurse sounded confused. Sir, vasectomies are permanent. Once it's done, I understand that. I need the test anyway. This week, they squeezed me in Thursday morning. I told Adriana I had a dentist appointment. She barely looked up from her phone when I left. At the clinic, Dr. Maddox ran the sperm count analysis. Should have results in a few hours, he said, looking concerned. Everything okay at home? I couldn't answer that. Results came back at 2 p.m. I was in a meeting when my phone buzzed. I excused myself and called the office. The nurse delivered the news. 0 sperm count. Your vasectomy is functioning perfectly. There's no possibility of pregnancy from your end. I sat in my car for 20 minutes, just staring at the dashboard. 3 years of marriage suddenly felt like a lie. Who was she seeing? How long had this been going on? Were Lila and Josh even mine? That last thought made me physically sick. I drove home in a daze. Adriana was cooking dinner. Chicken stir-fry, my favorite. The kids ran up and hugged me like they did every night. Lila showed me her spelling test, 100% written in bright red marker. Josh wanted help building his Lego spaceship. Everything looked so normal, so perfect, so fake. During dinner, Adriana seemed off. She kept glancing at me, then at her phone. Her leg bounced under the table, something she only did when she was anxious. She pushed food around her plate without eating much. You okay? I asked, keeping my voice casual. Fine, just tired. She forced a smile. Work's been crazy. After the kids went to bed, we sat on the couch watching TV. Some reality show about people flipping houses. Adriana kept checking her phone every few minutes. Expecting something? I asked. She jumped slightly. What? No, just work emails. At 9:30, she said she was going to take a shower. The moment I heard the water running, I grabbed her phone from the coffee table. No password. She'd always trusted me. I scrolled through her messages. Nothing suspicious. All normal conversations with her mom, her sister, co-workers. But then I noticed something weird. Her text thread with her gym buddy Carly had huge gaps. Messages from weeks ago, then suddenly nothing. Then a random "see you Thursday" from yesterday. Someone was deleting messages. I heard the shower turn off. I put the phone back exactly where it was and pretended to watch TV. She came out in her robe, hair wrapped in a towel. I have something to tell you, she said quietly, sitting down next to me. My heart was pounding. Me first. I stood up, walked to my briefcase, and pulled out the pregnancy test I'd hidden. I placed it on the coffee table between us. Her face went completely white. Before you say anything, I said, keeping my voice steady, I want you to know I went to the doctor Thursday. She started shaking her head. I can explain. I got my sperm count tested. I pulled out the medical report and set it next to the pregnancy test. 0. Completely sterile. The vasectomy you watched me get 3 years ago, still working perfectly. Tears started rolling down her cheeks. Please, just let me. I've already called my lawyer. He's drawing up divorce papers. You have until Monday morning to pack your things and leave. The house is in my name. You get nothing. She collapsed on the couch, sobbing. It's not what you think. I can explain everything. I don't want to hear it. I grabbed my laptop and walked upstairs to the guest room. I locked the door behind me and sat on the bed, my whole body shaking. Through the door, I heard her on the phone. Her voice was panicked, desperate. He knows. I don't know how, but he knows. What do we do now? You said we were being careful. You promised no one would find out. A pause. I don't care what you want. He has proof. He's kicking me out. What about the baby? Another pause. Then her voice cracked completely. What do you mean you're not ready? You said you wanted this. You said. I heard her phone hit the wall. The next morning, I woke up to an empty house. Her car was gone. Half the closet was empty. She'd taken her jewelry, her laptop, and apparently whatever dignity she had left. On the kitchen counter, she'd left a note.